What's up, people? In this video we're going to do one by Omar Isuf. I've never done a video on this guy before. I see his name pop up all the time. So we will do this one. Stop doing only bodybuilding. Yeah, good idea. Stop doing bodybuilding, like, period. Or do like 20% bodybuilding, I think is fair, I guess. Well, it depends. You know, you want to be a bodybuilder, do bodybuilding. But like for your well, here's the thing with bodybuilding is that it's you get a very good result with fairly little effort. So for beginners, it's very good because you see a lot of progress very quickly. But I think when you get to intermediate or advanced, the gains kind of taper off, and there's only, you know, changes in body composition and strength. They come very slowly. They'll come slowly with anything, but I don't know, I just think there's better ways to spend your time exercising. That's just me. Anyway, see if he agrees with me or if I'm alone in this.
What's cracking, guys? Omar Isuf here, back with another video. Severin, I'm gonna show it to them. I'm gonna finally reveal it. You wanna see the craziest Instagram trick you've ever witnessed, or on YouTube tricks? Look at this shirt. We're wearing a size large shirt, mascopearl.com, shout out. Look at these arms. If you had to use an adjective, Severin, what would you say to describe these arms? Thin. Pencil thin, in need of probably some glycogen and or training. You look at these arms and you think to yourself like, man, okay, these are looking pretty flat, right? Looking pretty thin. And you might be right, but let's insert now the footage of me doing some bicep curls. You see, I'm getting the DMs, it's happening. The boys, they're coming out to play. It's a boys dance party. And you look at the contrast between this, filming it under just regular lighting, no pump, whatever, being 181 pounds, and then actually training and getting a pump. And my God, what a contrast. I tell you what, you won't buy detox tea from this guy, but you probably will from the guy that's doing the bicep curl. And that is one of the worst parameters you can use if you're assessing your own training, which is essentially how you look, because there's so many variables that go into that. I've been talking about fat loss over the last few months because guess what? I'm in it. But I want to re-emphasize because I try and respond to as many DMs as possible. You guys have questions and there's some great questions. But when I take a look, or when I've taken a look at some people, they're training recently, pump training, so you know, doing higher repetitions and trying to isolate certain body parts. So yeah, you want to grow your front delts, you want to grow your side deltoids, maybe you do a lot of pec flies. Those are great, but nothing replaces big compound movements. And here's what I mean. I think people are too attracted to pump training. There's the two different categories. You've got strength bros.
Got my hopes up. I mean, stop doing only bodybuilding, implying like don't only do isolation exercises, do compound movements. Like, I'm sorry, this is bodybuilding. Bench press is like, I don't know, I consider that bodybuilding. Like, is there really that much of a difference between bench press and like the chest press on the machine? Come on, how much of a difference really is there? Actually, like, I guess a little bit, but it's still like you're still going like this and then like this. You know what I mean? There's no. How much are you actually engaging like the rest of your body here? Like what actual movement are you improving in your real, like how often do you go like this in your real life? Are you like, do you need to like push with as much force as possible in the world? Like when are you ever pushing anything? You know what I mean? Like, what's the point? And I guess, to be fair, he's talking about like body composition, like looking better basically is the parameter, I guess, on which we're judging things. Although he did say that's not a good thing to go off of because there's so many other variables at play. I don't know. I got my hopes up. I thought he was going to talk about like running or something, or like playing a sport or whatever. Lately I feel like I'm like championing like sport specific training and really coming down hard on bodybuilding, which I'm not. I love bodybuilding. It's fun. It's cool. You know, years did bodybuilding. But like here's the thing. It's like when you start exercising, like for those of you who like have never exercised before, when you start exercising, you're going to do bodybuilding. Pretty much, right? Maybe you played up a sport in high school. Maybe like somehow you like fell into like some dance class or yoga class or whatever, something. You're not doing bodybuilding. If you're a guy, you join a gym. You're a girl, you join a gym, you're going to do bodybuilding, right? What is bodybuilding? It is exercising for the specific purpose of building your body, of growing a muscle, right? That's what I define bodybuilding as, right? Like, okay, fine, bench press, I guess you could say you're training for strength. He does look pretty strong, straight up, like looks like a strong guy. But like I answered another comment in another one of my videos where it was like, you know, I don't have anything against bodybuilding, really. I think it's awesome, it's great. Like I said in the beginning of this video, you get very good results for very little work. especially in the beginning. Bodybuilding will get you, you know, it's like a J curve, you know what I mean? Well, no, it's not a J curve. It's like a, I don't know, is this an S curve maybe? You start working out, you start doing bodybuilding, your body's going to respond very quickly to the training, compound movements, isolation movements. Really that big of a difference? I don't think so. That's just me. It depends, I guess. Like squats, for example, squats and deadlifts, like, I don't know, maybe he'll show squat and deadlift after this, but like bench press is probably, of the big three, I would say is probably the least difference between this and like the machine, you know what I mean? Yeah, anyway, when you first start out, you're gonna get like really good results really fast. But if you stop, you're gonna lose your gains, you know? And then if you lose your gains, yeah, you still have muscle memory, right? You can still get back to where you were if you stop, but your muscle memory is for going like this, you know what I mean? Like, okay, cool, like you have muscle memory for going like this. What's that going to do for you? You know what I mean? That's my point. As opposed to, if you play sport or something, you have muscle memory for doing something that requires more coordination. Like this is not, like anybody can go like this, you know what I mean? Anybody, or maybe you're not that strong, but like a kid can go like this, right? It doesn't require coordination to like move your arms from here to here. As opposed to, let's say you play basketball or something, like it's hard to fucking dribble a ball, you know what I mean? It's hard to like do all the like jukes and like dribble between your legs and like jump high, right? Those are more complex like movements and series of movements that in my opinion is more in the long term. It's better to do that because it will be more of like a well-rounded human being in general. Anyway, I don't know, maybe he'll talk about that.
Once again, they know what's up, but they put in the time and effort, they're squatting, they're benching, they're doing the overhead press, they're doing the deadlifts, and they're putting in that time and they're getting stronger, but maybe they don't have sufficient volume. Then on the other hand, you have individuals that maybe they go to a gym where they're training in a tank top constantly, they want that instantaneous feedback. And it's kind of like Instagram, right? You want that validation, you want that instant gratification. Oh, I'm looking better. So I train my biceps, right? I do 15 repetitions, and if I do pump style training, it'll look better immediately, as opposed to doing some pull-ups where, yeah, like you'll notice when I do the pull-up training, yeah, the back I guess looks better, but not in a crazy way, not to the next level that a pump style training would. So the pump becomes addictive for these individuals where they constantly want to look a certain way. But once again, what's up? When we're just chilling, when you're natural, 181 pounds, we're going low carb. When I'm walking around in a size large shirt, this is how it looks. When I train, on the other hand, because I'm leaner, leanness shows some of those cuts, the vascularity, and then even some of the size, you look better. But you can't focus on that. And so I'll say this is a blanket statement to a lot of the DMs I receive. The thing that is more important for most of you guys is to get stronger. I mean, to state, once again, I've been training now for almost a decade. My bench press is 375. You notice a lot of the other natural YouTubers, you notice their lifts, they're pretty damn good. The ones that have soft physiques, it's quite rare to find an individual that has a certain level of muscularity that isn't at least decently strong. And that missing intensity of really applying yourself to do the unsexy things, right? Like doing deadlifts. I don't know about you, but when you do deadlifts, you're like, oh hell yeah, man, glute pump 7, give me what's up. We just got a glute pump going on. You know, it doesn't work that way. When you do squats, it's like, that is, I got quads. I don't got calves, but they were built by doing just squats. This ass chest that you guys see, I made those videos and there's a few popular ones. I think one has almost 500,000 views. And I talk about my preferred isolation movement. I talk about the low to high cable chest fly, but it's the 375 bench that got me the chest. And so sometimes because you can't control those variables, and if you're being too dependent upon that instantaneous.
All right, so I guess the point of this is like, don't like not. I don't know. I consider like training for strength is still really just kind of bodybuilding. If you're doing bodybuilding movements, like that's my definition of what bodybuilding is. Like you're doing, like it's a set of exercises. Yeah, okay, deadlift, squat. I guess that's like more functional in terms of bodybuilding. But if the purpose is to like grow a muscle only, I don't know. It's like the way. I don't know, the way that I see it is like, if you do anything physical, right, your body's going to change, okay? That's almost like, I don't want to, because that obviously is the end goal for all of us. Like, we're all narcissists first, and we all want to look good first, and like anything else is just kind of an extra benefit. But if you switch it around, well, not actually switch it around. I guess you do want that. Like, we all want to look good first, really, but it's like, why only look good? You know, like I guess like when it comes to exercise, the core thing is looking good, right? But you want to look good, and like what's the and? You know what I mean? Do you want to be able to bench 400 pounds? I guess that's important to some people. I don't give a shit, really, personally. I can't bench anywhere near close to 400 pounds, like not even close. I don't know, but like I have other things that I've learned through fitness that I'm much happier with that. Like, for example, I know how to fight now. Like, will I ever fight? Probably not. Hopefully not. You know, I don't like want to fight, and I don't like walk down the street like looking for a fight. but I know how if I had to. I guess that's kind of valuable. But I guess you just kind of it's almost like a video game, right? It's like you pick your main ability or your class, right? And then you specialize in your class, kind of thing. Then you ever played any like RPGs? Just outed myself as a nerd there. But like really anything you do, any sort of physical training that you like, he's 180 pounds. Like this is pretty much like as good as you can hope to look, right? He looks good. Don't get me wrong. He's like fit, he's strong, whatever. But if you train anything, really, you're gonna look pretty much like this. You know what I mean? So it's almost about like, what do you want your extra abilities to be? Benching 375 pounds, I guess that looks cool in the gym. If that's important to you for some reason and you want to do that, like, okay, cool, go for it. But like, and maybe he does other types of training, but it's like, if you're saying stop only doing bodybuilding, you know, you have to do squats also. It's like, is that not bodybuilding? I guess he said what he means is like, don't only do pump training. Train for strength as well, because training for strength will improve your body composition and will also make it better, like easier for you to do the pump training that you want to do, I guess. I don't know.
Feedback, if you change gyms, if the lighting changes, if you have natural light coming in, if your clothes, you wear a different size shirt, you constantly need that validation, then you are going to be a mess. You're going to be a wreck when you're trying to evaluate yourself, and that's where it's impossible to remove that subjectivity of yourself assessing your own physique. But objective numbers, like the weigh-ins, I'm putting points on the scoreboard, I'm lowering the weight every single week, I'm trying to focus on maintaining and holding on to that strength. I'm almost down 20 pounds. It's hard, but those numbers are a lot easier to take a look at objectively and think to yourself, okay, so weight's going down, training's going pretty good. If I look at the numbers and I compare it historically to what I've done before, I'm on the right path. And then we go on a stringer on occasion and we see after every few weeks a noticeable drop. And there are those swooshes that Jordan Syatt talks about where, I'd say from 13 to 18% body fat, you look relatively the same. Once you dip below that, 13 to 10, kind of same-ish, and then after that, there's different levels to it. But if all you're using is how you look, you're setting yourself up for failure, because every day you look different. 20 minutes ago, you will look different under different lighting. So don't pay attention to that. Don't be discouraged by what you see on Instagram, because I've been receiving some DMs, and that's why, what do you think? I show you guys, I lift up the shirt and I'm just like gut out when I show the update. I want you guys to have that realistic look, to know that while I post those sexy time photos for a specific purpose on Instagram, that's not how we look 24/7. Focus on getting strong. That's what's important. After this fat loss phase is done, you'll notice my numbers will start to climb once again. I don't talk about strength as much right now because I'm not as strong as I was, but you best believe when I'm finished, we're going to be focusing on getting stronger. And that's always the through stream that we see throughout the training philosophy that has evolved over time. Strength is always one of those cornerstones. I got to get out of here. Yes, they do kick me out of the gym because I spit too much truth, or it's because I don't pay my membership. I mean, I don't know which one it is, but who's to say? If you enjoyed the video, if you thought...
All right, so now I guess I understand the point of the video, which is basically like, if you train, like you have, let's say you have two choices, right? You either train for strength, right? And you track your numbers, whatever, and you make a conscious effort, I guess, to improve your strength. Your body composition will get much better, and it will be more long-lasting changes in body composition, I guess, is kind of the implication. You have that, or you just go and do basically your same medium volume, medium weight workout just to get a pump and like maintain. I guess that's really what it is, like training for strength versus maintaining. And if you just maintain, then yeah, okay, you'll look okay. But if you're too focused on how you look, then the gains will be more fleeting, I guess. I guess. Am I muted? Oh God, I hope not. It's such a boring video for me to do. No offense to him. It's just like, let's take for example, right? I'm in Tel Aviv right now, and it's very like, they have what's gotten very popular here apparently in the last couple of years is this like ninja, the Ninja Warrior shows, right? It's like the crazy obstacle course where, like started in Japan, and now there's like American Ninja Warrior. So basically they have that here, and it's like all over the place here, right? So when I go and I train in my little like gym on the beach, so like whatever, pull-up bars and stuff like that, there's all these people that are doing all this crazy shit, like jumping between the bars and like doing handstands on the dip bars and like all kinds of weird gymnastics stuff, right? That'll build a really impressive body, right? Gymnasts, like look at an Olympic gymnast. Those guys are jacked, like monstrous. They're probably on steroids, fine, but like Olympic gymnasts, male. Just look what these guys look like. You know what I mean? To give you an idea. Like, these guys are humongous. Like perfect perfect bodies, you know what I mean? In my opinion, right? Very aesthetic. If you saw this guy, you would not know that he like doesn't touch weights, you know what I mean? Right? A little bit of a flex there. Like, look at this. Is this all the same guy, actually? I feel like this is all the same guy. He's got a good publicist. Anyway, the point is that like you can do something like gymnastics and still get a great body, but you can also have other benefits. Like you get insanely flexible. You'll be able to do a handstand. You'll be able to do a backflip. You know what I mean? You'll be able to like do all kinds of crazy shit. You know, on pull-up bars, you'll be able to like do impressive shit, as opposed to just like being able to like go like this with more power and more strength. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Let's take boxing. I fucking talk about boxing all the time. Let's say you do boxing or you do Muay Thai. Let's just take another look, right? Well, actually, to be fair, most male boxers don't have like, they're not like super shredded, right? They generally do have like a little bit of fat. They're not like, because they don't train for aesthetics, right? Like even who's this? This is Mayweather, right? He looks good, but he's very wiry, right? It's like not like a bodybuilder, but he looks good enough. You know, he'll whoop your fucking ass. Like, or even this guy, I don't even know who this is, right? Not like the most like ripped dude, but I promise you, this guy will like fight like 5 people at once, probably knock them all out. So it really just depends on like what you want to achieve. I feel like, okay, in the fitness world, bodybuilding is the most popular because it's, my opinion, no offense to any bodybuilders, physique competitors, blah blah blah, like that's a sport in and of itself, kind of. It takes a lot of work. It's very hard. Like, it's not like you just fucking eat and like take steroids and like work out all the time. You look like that. No, of course not. But like for your average casual lifter or casual person who's into fitness, I just think bodybuilding is kind of like, at least do like Olympic lifting. You know what I mean? At least like do some kettlebells, or like, I don't know. Not like I've never done bodybuilding. You know, I do it a lot. When I was in Vietnam, this was all I was doing was bodybuilding. But it's just like, you know, you have, like, I would love to do gymnastics, right? I would love to get to the point where I looked like this guy, where is it? Where I looked like, you know, one of these guys, and could do the shit that he could do. You know what I mean? This guy's probably on something, but like, this to me, this is much more worth my time to do than like the bench press or deadlifting. You know what I mean? It's just that deadlifting is easier. I don't need, what do I need to deadlift? I need to go join a gym for like $30 a month and like load up the bar with some weight and lift it up and put it back down. It's not that hard. This is much harder, this type of training. You need to buy the rings, you need a coach, you need to fucking learn how to do all these weird moves. To do like the professional gymnastics stuff, you need a fucking full-on gymnastics gym, you need like a trampoline, you need like all this crazy shit to actually get it done. But my opinion is, if you have that specialized equipment, you know, your time is much better spent doing that. Whatever. Anyway, that wasn't really the point of this video. The point of this video, which is also a fair point, I'm not like coming down on him. It's a fair point. Like, train for strength, and the aesthetics will follow, I guess. Okay, cool. I guess not what I expected, but I guess it was good. I put bodybuilding in quotations because many people choose to do pump style training, classify what they are doing as bodybuilding. To me, for natural aesthetics, the foundation of strength is always intertwined with hypertrophy. Yeah, so basically, like I said, like, you train for strength, the aesthetics will follow, okay? So, okay, pretty good. I've heard a lot of good things about this guy, Omar Isuf. He's generally thought of, at least where I've seen him mentioned, as like the, like if you're natural and you want advice from somebody who's natural, like, take advice from this guy. Is kind of like the impression that I got of him, which is a fair point. I guess if you're natural and you want to do like traditional gym style training, then do what this guy says. Okay, so yeah, if you guys have any other videos you want me to take a look at from other people that I haven't done before, let me know. Leave me a comment. Peace.